Hello all, good morning. Welcome back to my channel, Single Line Code. So today I'll be talking about filter function in Power BI, and then we'll see how can we incorporate calculate and filter function together. So first of all, I hope you guys have watched my previous videos, because to understand this video, you need to go through the previous two videos of my calculate, which I have created. One with calculate function, separate video, and calculate and all. That will give you a background of the uh, calculate function, as well as what do you call that base would be set for using calculate function with other functions like filter all. So let's start. So let's see what is filter function. So if you see here, if I type in filter, you will get the see filter function is nothing but it's an iterator function which iterates from row wise, right? Like there are 100 rows. What filter function will do, it will iterate row wise, row 1 to 100, one by one, 1 2 3 4 5. Similarly to like it will go till 100, it will iterate. So what it does is it takes in a table as input, and once it takes a table in input, it will then try to take the filter expression. Filter expressions are nothing but my Boolean expressions, right? Which will evaluate the row of my table. Boolean in the sense, I would say the output should be a true or false. Example, let's say my city is equal to Guwahati, city is equal to Delhi, city is equal to Mumbai. If it is true, it will give you a response, right? If it is false, it will give you another response, no, yes and no. Similarly, it's a filter, it's this sort of a filter expression which filters the table. Got it? So here, if you see, it says returns a table that has been filtered. So it will return a table which is filtered. So filter function is kind of a slowish function, I would say, because it iterates through row by row. So it can be little laggy, or it lags sometimes. Like if you use, I prefer calculate function and filter function not together, because if calculate is able to do the things which you are using calculate and filter together, I would rather not go with those two combination. I will go with the single combination, which is calculate. But here I will show you an example, very healthy example of how we can use filter function with the help of calculate. Guys, if I'm talking very fast, do comment this out, that you guys need some like breathing space to understand. Got it? I'll try to go a little bit slow. I think I'm going a little bit faster. So let's say we are how can we use calculate and filter function? Calculate, let's say uh, some of the expression, I would say, what else we have created, total orders. And now what if we don't use filter function? Let's see that scenario. uh, Product lookup, product price greater than, let's say, what is this? This is my uh greater than product. Let's see what is there inside product lookup. It is the average retail price. Yes, the average overall average retail price. So we'll go to the measure and then average retail price. Let's see if it allows me. On the stick. See guys, it will definitely throw an error, which is expected. And it says a function placeholder has been used in a true false expression. As I told you, it is an expression, right? That time it might have been confusing for you when I said a Boolean function. And Boolean function is basically a true and false function, right? 1 or 0. So see here what I have done. Instead of using filter, I have tried to what do you call, use a DAX function, right? So like example, I'm trying to filter a column of a table product lookup using another DAX expression. So it says a function placeholder has been used in true and false expression that is used as a table filter, and this is not allowed. Again, normal Microsoft is using those English lines which are very confusing. So basically what it means to say, I will tell you next in a simpler version. So when you are using what do you call, a calculate function, you are taking input as your DAX expression, right? For the first input, you can't use another DAX expression and for filtering the table to get the measure or to create this measure, right? So you need to have a hard-coded value, or you need to use a filter function. So let's see how, if you use a hard-coded value, if that works or not. Let's say over 71 overall price, average retail price is 714.44. This value is this value. This is the overall average retail price, right? Let's see. It did work, right? Right? My measure is created. As I told you, you can't create or put a DAX measure when you are trying to calculate and filter. See, calculate function then has a simple what do you call, syntax, right? It takes in a DAX or expression as input, and then it tries to use a filter. Okay, guys, I'm following, right? Okay, I'll show you again. And what does calculate do? Calculate, it is quite simple, guys. I'll show you with syntax. It takes in as a measure, DAX measure, and calculate equal to calculate, takes in expression as input. Expressions can be your either sum of order quantity or sum of count of something, right? Then takes in filter as the second input. And what we have done here, we have in this M, what we have done here, we have taken a DAX expression as input, and then we are trying to take a product price is greater than and 714, right? This is the filter expression which we are using to filter the table, or to get the calculate, or to get the total orders, right? Total orders is nothing but sum of my order quantity. You can't use another DAX measure in filter expression. You have already used the input, right? So now let's bring in the M column here, and I can see, okay, I can see, let's rename this, right? This is high ticket orders. High ticket orders. Let's rename this as high ticket orders, which means these are the orders, this are the total number of orders which are greater than my average price. So which category is giving me that? This is bikes category, and bikes category is having in 4582 orders which are greater than its average price, overall average price, which is nothing but 714. Now let's see how we can and do the same thing with the help of a filter function. As I was telling you, right, you can't use two DAX measures in this single calculate. But if you use filter function, you can easily use two DAX measures or DAX expressions. Right? Let's see how we can do that. We will just edit this, and also you hard coding this value is not good. It's a poor analytics, right? Imagine the next time when you refresh the data and your average retail price is 800, right? You have already hard coded the 714, but it will still give you a wrong output because hard coded value is different than what you got uh, in the upcoming week, right? Example, this week you got 800, but previous week it was 714. You have already hard coded here 714. How will that 800 be considered out here? You can't consider, right? So this is poor analytics. Let's see how we can do using the same thing using filter function. Remember the number, guys, 4582. Let's say filter what does filter takes in? It takes in product lookup. Product lookup takes in it takes in a table. Product lookup as I want the product price. Let's see, filter expression. Filter expression is the product price. Product price should be greater than. Where is the product price? Product price should be greater than overall average price. Now you see the magic, guys. See, it has taken. It did not throw any error. Previously, it was throwing error, right? Because there was no filter. We directly used this expression in calculate. So if you use filter functions, you can use two DAX measures. But if you don't use filter function, you can't use two DAX measures in calculate function. That is clear? So now if you see the output, high ticket orders, let's give a right tick. This is the function, right? It did not change, right? Now if I remove and 458 to remember, guys. Now if I bring back that same high ticket orders, which we have created using filter, it is still 4582, right? So that's how it is. You did not have to hard code the value. So next time when example 800 comes, it will automatically take 800 in picture or 800 in consideration and then create this, then to count the total number of orders. So to see what is there in total number of orders and how did we create this measure, you need to go back to my old previous videos, guys. I think it's the first video wherein we create total orders, and then the second video is the number of using calculate and all function together. I hope it makes sense, guys. And these concepts are quite what do you call, I will not say complex. These concepts are a little bit tricky sometimes, but once you practice, you have a hands-on and you use on a daily basis, it feels very easy, guys. When you work, initially it will be like you will know why we are using this such complex sort of things. How can we remember this sort of things? But once you start applying these concepts, no, it will be damn easy. Power BI is very, very easy, damn easy. I would say it is easier than Excel. Excel, you have to write filter, if, loop. You don't have to write, right? Just put F and filter will come. Just put calculate function will come, right? So that's what I wanted to brief you guys about. So next video, I'll be talking about one more important function, SumX. SumX is similar to an iterator function where we are iterating through the table and then in summing up the values based on the expressions. That is going to be very interesting video, guys. Do stay tuned, like my videos, subscribe my videos, and there's a saying in Hindi, घंटी बजा दो मेरा YouTube channel का. Thank you, guys.